Hello and welcome to the Time to Shine talk show. This is your host Ruksar Sayed, and today I'm in conversation with Miha. Miha is an international speaker, writer, NLP master practitioner, and an author. Welcome, Miha, on my show, and I'm glad to connect with you today on this platform.
Thank you, and thanks for having me. I'm
Yeah.
excited also about this.
So, Miha, when I was reading, going through your bio, I thought to ask you this question: that what motivated you to become an NLP practitioner from being an economist? Like in that profession, and then switching on to the NLP practitioner job.
Well, I pivoted or I switched my job a few times because I've always loved to learn, and I always love finding new things. So I changed my field few times, and every time I had I took certificates or diplomas, and but NLP practitioner, I've always been fascinated about the way our mind works, and why, for example, the same event can mean something totally different for two persons, let's say. So I've always been fascinated about the way the mind works, and about how our patterns, because all of us, we have some patterns, and
Yes.
and actually how we can break this and introduce new patterns. So I've always loved it, and even as a teenager or something, I was always watching these movies, about even like the
Yeah, because
mentalists and stuff like this.
yeah,
So
even I was
yeah.
curious, like I have seen on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn also, many people are, taking the course of NLP, NLP training, NLP practitioner. So I was very curious, like, what is this concept about? That's why I wanted to ask you, because I've seen your profile. It is very impressive. And I wanted to know, personally also that what it is all about and how it will benefit one to know self better, to know oneself better.
So NLP, it's coming from neuro-linguistic programming. So it's actually the way. So NLP, it offers us the way to access our subconscious mind, because actually our subconscious mind, it's 95%, 90 to 95%. Only like 5 to 10% it's conscious mind. So that's why, even if it sounds cliche, when we say that we have the answer inside of us, we have it. But the challenge is to bypass the conscious mind, which is like a gatekeeper, and access the subconscious mind. So NLP, it offers us the tools to do this. So with NLP techniques, I can help my clients to access their subconscious mind and find the answers, because we are all different. So
Yes, exactly.
whatever something it's good for me, it might not be good for you. But if you access your subconscious mind and you get your answer there, then you can apply that thing, and obviously your life will change. And again, with NLP techniques also, we can break patterns. We can, all of us, we have traumas. And when I say trauma, it's
True.
not
Yeah.
necessarily like, robbery, or someone threaten you with a gun or
Trauma
something. No,
related to
trauma.
past life, it can be.
Yes. And also trauma like from our childhood. Like, for example, if one of your teacher told you you are stupid, or one of your parents raised the voice or something, this is also trauma. So with
Yes.
NLP techniques, we can make this, first of all, we can access
We
the
can
root.
recognize
So
the things.
yeah, and
Yeah.
go to the root of this, the starting point of the trauma, and then we can change like that limiting belief that it formed in us, and we can change it in empowering belief.
Okay.
And that's why, for example, I've seen so many ladies, for example, who don't have like confidence, or they are afraid
Yes.
to say something even like to a friend, because so usually they have like a starting point sometime in childhood, for example, or in school time. And with NLP techniques we can go and see where it started and change that one.
Yeah,
So
we can
instead of
eliminate,
holding you back,
yes, we can eliminate the fear totally, by applying this technique, you mean to say.
yeah, we can, like with NLP techniques, like I said, we can go to the starting point, we can see where it started, and it usually started when we were children, because at that point we are not we are not, we cannot judge by ourselves and make our opinions by ourselves. So we are guided by parents or teachers, and if we hear, for example, our parents saying this is good, we think that this is good for us. And actually, especially when you grow older, actually that might not be so good for you, so that's why I'm saying, when we are kids, we tend to borrow, so to say, the values and the truth of environment, and especially of a family and school, so teachers
Yes,
and and again, this is not something necessarily bad, but there are things that they don't serve us, and especially when you grow older. So we can identify these things, because these things, they usually hold us back. These are called limiting beliefs. So we can identify this, and we can see exactly when it started, and instead of holding us back, we can empower it, so transform it
exactly.
in empowering beliefs.
Empowering also,
So
and like in my opinion, it also means to communicate with our inner self, right? It helps to communicate with our inner self.
So inner self, yes, like I said, 95% we are like subconscious. It's our
Yes,
subconscious
that is
mind.
true.
So this is also like inner self, yes. So with NLP techniques, that's what we are doing. We access more that part. So again, inner self, it's different obviously for everyone.
Yes,
And there you have answers, but the
exactly.
challenge is, like, to see what are that answers and listen it and start practicing it. But like I said, I've seen a lot of women who don't have the confidence
Confidence
to
to speak.
do this, and the courage to do this, like to
Yes.
listen the inner self, or the gut feeling, or whatever we call it. So
Yes. So, Miha, moving on to the next question. What are your top three lessons of life? Life lessons, uh, like according to you, if you want to share with the
uh,
viewers.
life lessons,
Yes.
there are like so many, but again, we are all unique and different.
Unique
So
individuals. Yes.
yes, so it's always good just like to listen to your what your
Intuition.
inner self is, yeah,
Yes.
what your inner self is telling you. So this would be one of the most important life lesson, I would say, like listen to your gut feeling, because if it's something that you are thinking about from some time, or it's something that it's coming, now and then, and you just postpone it or don't want to think, because maybe you are too rational and you think, no, it doesn't, like how it was for me, for example, with changing my careers. From, like, I worked in Dubai, I worked in corporate for 10 years. The past, I would say 3-4 years, I was like feeling, like a robot. So I had like a robotic life. And I've always wanted to do something online, but I was like so afraid. And I had all these fears of unknown, fear of failure, failure,
Failure. Exactly.
fear of, success. because it can be also this. So I had all these doubts and fears, and every time when I was thinking I want to do something else, I was putting it back of my mind. I said, no, it's I cannot survive without a monthly income. I cannot survive, I don't know, without health insurance or something. But the truth is that I was afraid to listen to myself until, life pushed me more and more. And actually, that was the best thing for me. So, and that's why I want to empower everyone. And if you have something that you think about, or you want to do something and you are just afraid, I would say just listen to your gut feeling and at least try to do it. Because when you try, again, this is also in NLP scientifically proved, when you try something, then you will see that synchronicities, or they will start coming on your way, and you will find solutions. But just don't be afraid to try. So I guess this would be my main lesson.
Life lesson.
And I've, especially in my because for me 2020 was transformational. So this was for me really transformational. So, and I've learned a lot, and I've learned the main learning was this, that let me just go on this, let me just listen myself and my gut feeling, and let's see what it can happen. And when you do this, you would really feel this happiness that it's coming from inside. And when you find your purpose, this is not only like liberating, but it's also like happiness.
And there is Miha, so there is a saying also that if we want to achieve something, if we want to get something in life, like we want something in life, the entire universe tries to helps us out and gives us messages regarding the same, like pushes us towards our dreams and goals if we are really serious about that.
Yeah, it's Paulo Coelho who said in the book The Alchemist, which is a really nice book, was like, when you really want something, the entire universe conspires to get it.
Exactly.
So yes.
So Miha, what is your one piece of advice to our youth which you want to give?
Like I said, for everyone would be, listen to your gut feeling. Don't be afraid. Another advice would be like, get clarity, because this is what held me back. I was just thinking, I was afraid and I had all these fears, but I was not clear. I was very confused, like, what do I want to do next? So get clarity. When you get clarity, this is like your GPS for the future. And when you have clarity, then another advice would be, and I say to all my clients, baby steps. So you start like breaking that goal, let's say, in steps, like small steps, manageables, because this you can manage. So if you want to climb a mountain and you are thinking only at the top and looking at the top, and you will feel, no, I can never do this. Like, I mean, if you are not a climber or something, you say,
so,
no,
like,
I can
easiest
never do
ones
this.
first we have to do. The easiest ones first.
Just think about, okay, I will hike 3 kilometers or 5 kilometers. Okay, you reach that step, you stay on a bench, you admire the scenery, you have a sip of water, you rest a bit, and then, okay, I can walk another 5 kilometers. And slowly, you will get on the top of the mountain.
Exactly, yes, that's true.
You will, so that's why I say to all my clients, baby steps lead to giant steps. That will be the next one. I would say, listen to your gut feeling, get clarity, and then break it down in baby steps, so it will be easier. So, and then it's like when you shift your mindset, because mindset, working on the mindset, it's something that it should be like daily. And when you shift your mindset and you start doing this, and your life will start changing.
Yes,
And
exactly.
even like a small change, it can change your life a lot. So I see this quite a lot, women. I mean, I work mostly with women, so that's why I'm saying. But let's say people, they are, they are trying, like when they put a goal in their mind or on the paper, they are thinking, okay, how I'll, directly at the end of the goal, like but actually, as we say, the journey, it's more important than the
Yes,
destination, right?
yes, yes. Journey is more
So
important.
yes, so you can make this journey manageable and enjoyable, because finally, I mean, what's the point to get somewhere if you are not happy and content, and with
Yes,
yourself and
yes,
with the journey.
exactly.
So
So that
so
was a
yeah,
great message, Miha, and I hope our listeners will, get a lot of insights from this session. And I would
I
like to
hope so
thank
too.
you, yeah, for joining today on my show and making the show so, like meaningful for others to watch. So thank you so much for joining this
My
platform.
pleasure. My
Yeah,
pleasure.
and yes, and listeners, I will mention the ID of Miha and her work so that you can reach her out. If you want to take NLP training or courses, you can contact her too. So, thank you, listeners, for
Yeah. If
watching our show.
any Yeah,
Yes,
and if any questions about what we talked and about, just they can just message me directly. It's
exactly.
okay,
Yes,
and
yes,
or about my program,
sure.
and yes, I'm
Yes,
happy to
thank you,
answer any
Miha. Thank you
questions.
once again for joining.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
Thanks.
you.